Welcome back, brothers, to yet another show, man, here on the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. Guys, for those of you who are coming into the live stream, come on in and just like the video. For those of you who are watching the restream, I definitely appreciate you and all your support. Thanks for watching us. We got a really interesting show. And as you know, man, I'm here with my partner in crime, man, my brother, my big bro in the YouTube game, the one, the only, the LAR movement still moving. What's going on, man?
Just being young and ignorant. What's going on?
Oh man, shit, I can't call it like an alcoholic. So, let me just do this with prefaces. We had by the way, shout out to LAR movement. We had an excellent show last night, an excellent panel. We had Sinful to P, Black Male Talk. We had Max City Limits podcast. Was there anybody else on the show? Am I forgetting?
No, I don't think so.
That was it. Okay. So we had an excellent show last night, and tonight we're gonna have another show. In fact, we were gonna do a show on rebound relationships, and probably that's not gonna happen because I actually go get to Warsaw tomorrow and then fly out actually on Saturday. So we'll probably do that maybe tomorrow night. But something happened today. Shout out to Reg, the bad guy. He had a video that he responded to that I had nothing to know about, and it was a young lady by the name of Egypt Ann. Everybody knows who Egypt Ann is on this part of YouTube. She's a female YouTuber. She has some sort of harsh things to say about African American men, but she made a video saying something to the fact of O'Shea has some sexy ways. Now everybody and their mama know I'm the ugliest nigga besides Sam Cassell that was ever born in the 20th century. Okay, but there were certain things that she was talking about in respect to guys like Jay-Z. There are certain aspects about them that make them sexy. She referred to getting the bag also and trying to basically educate other women to chase the bag and not be looking at guys for looks. So today, what we want to talk about in a general sense, not necessarily just her video, are women becoming, or especially Black women, are they starting to look more towards ugly dudes who have more financial and success versus the more attractive dudes who don't have anything to offer but looks and maybe some good penis? So let my man LAR movement weigh in on this particular subject, man. Are we in a phase where African American women are looking for more than just a guy with looks?
I mean, they get there. I mean, I know women who get there, man. You can have an ugly face and some pretty pockets and she gonna be down. Okay. So I mean, I know they get there. It's just, I think the problem is when they get there. Because I don't know how old Egypt Ann is. Okay. But I would think she's old enough to know this a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I would think she should have known that 10, 15, 20 years ago. But are they getting that? Absolutely. I seen some fine chicks with some ugly ass motherfuckers.
Let me do this real quick. Let's kind of get back to that point you made. Shout out to Mr. Limba channel, my man Tony Davis. It's good to see all you brothers in here, man. I like the video. It's one of my favorite channels on YouTube is Mr. Limba channel. So man, shout out to you. Let me just ask you this, LAR. You said it's when they get there. Okay, let's talk about why do you say when they get there?
Because it would be a smart move to do it when you're younger, but they don't do it when they're younger. They do it when they're older. And it's too obvious. That's the problem. Like, that's why some ugly dudes dog chicks out the same way the pretty boys do, because of when they start to go at them. Biggie wasn't cute in high school, but once that album dropped, baby, he was cute. So they got to get these guys when they're good, man, not after they fell off.
Okay, let me just do this. Let me shout out to my man Jamie 1980 for the $20 PayPal. Shout out to us, my man down there, freelance runner, scream the mod squads in the building. Let me just do this real quick, right? Because here's the thing. Let's kind of get back to the ugly dudes. like I said, I was ugly as an embryo, right? 1981, I was born. 1980, I was secured it back, my man, full circle. Let me make sure I get him on moderator. Oh, he's already moderator on this thing. I got to get the call-in thing back. But here's what I want to talk about. Shout out to my man, full circle there. I want to know something. A lot of females feel like, okay, if he's ugly, he's not going to cheat on you, or he's not going to dog you out, or he's not going. Let's talk about that real quick, because you're opening up a can of worms. Can an ugly dude treat you just as fucked up as a good looking dude?
Yeah. What's the big deal? Like, damn, I mean, that's just like, you think you having them Khloe Kardashian morals, you gonna get fucked over when you get pregnant just like the last bitch. You know, it's about actually how you treat the person and your intentions when you met the person. You know what I'm saying? You would think somebody who girls consider ugly, if a fine chick gets with him, all of a sudden he's enamored because he got somebody fine. But that's not really the case, because if you came at him at the wrong time, he gonna know what you after. If you wanted him secure the bag, chicks, he like, I got the bag. You don't give a shit about me, so I'm gonna get it. I can get a side chick too.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this real quick, right? Because she made the point in a video. I think it was I'm gonna do a vlog, right, on what she said, because the video was pretty good. It was like some point she made about, attractive black men versus unattractive black men. Like, she says, like, attractive black men that they know that they have a lot of women and girls, to a certain degree, up until they, keep their physique and keep their shape and stuff like that. They will always have women taking care of them, women buying them stuff, women paying for shit like that, as long as they, look good. Ugly niggas, short niggas, fat niggas, off top, they already understand, like, look, ain't no woman gonna take care of me. I think this is almost the same case for even some women who are unattractive, right? So a dude who knows, like, they're not going to be able to use their looks or whatever, they immediately know, like, all right, if I'm gonna have something in life, I gotta take care of my own self and things of this nature. Do you think there's a certain relevance to what she's saying in this particular part?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're not the picture perfect guy for a woman's eyes, you got to work harder, and it can make you a better guy. But that's where some of these guys who don't want to work on themselves, that's where they mess up. Pretty boys are just like fine chicks for the most part. They don't do much, and girls get mad about that shit. The dudes that look worse, they gotta have a sense of humor. They gotta be fun to be around. They gotta think. They gotta be smart. She gotta learn something from him. He gotta be a hard worker, and that's a good thing. That's good. Those are good qualities to have. He brings more to the table than just good looks, and you got to stroke harder than the pretty boy. You got to put it in. Now you got to go Russell Westbrook in the paint. Okay. You can't be ugly and rabbit stroking. It just
All right, let me do this. A shout out to Arain Knights for the $5 PayPal. Man, I appreciate you, brother. And we got a special guest tonight. You guys, let's see if you remember who her name is. Okay, I'll tell you what. Who remembers her, because she's been on the channel before? Let's see, before we say who she is, can you guys comment on who this is? I will give you, anybody that does this, you get a free collard green sandwich. Going once, going twice. Niggas taking too long. That's the one and only Moana Valley, aka Poly model. Moana, right? Thank you so much. Out of Frisco 49er fan, but out of Dallas. Welcome back to the show, Booski.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We're gonna talk about these ugly motherfuckers tonight, like myself. So here's what I want to know, right? Because you and shout out for those on Patreon. You guys saw Poly model. She was my first model that I ever had published in my Planetoshay magazine, which was a hip hop underground magazine I had about 4 years ago. So for those who saw it on Patreon, that's actually her. So and tonight we want to know because, you know, I want to know from you, if a dude is ugly, right? Is there anything that a dude that you feel is not physically attractive, could he still be sexy in certain ways?
Of course, definitely.
Okay, hold on. How can ugly, hold on a second, shout out to my boy Gabe out of Detroit, Chickaholic, I got a disease. Thank you so much, family. In what other ways can a ugly dude be attractive to a woman?
Definitely confidence. Like my thing is confidence. Like you can have no money or whatever the case may be, but if you have confidence, I feel like that can go some type of way.
Can you speak a little bit louder? I don't know why. Maybe. Okay. I can hear. Can you hear her, LAR?
A little bit, not that much.
Okay.
It's low.
It's a little bit low. Can you put it closer to you, maybe? I can hear you a little bit. That's the iPhone, huh?
Yeah.
Your mic is a little bit muffled though, but just try to talk as loud as you can without waking your neighbors up and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. I think that if they're not really attractive, I think there's other things that that can come into place as far as confidence. I mean, like you can not be cute but have confidence, and I think that helps. Like the last guy I dated, he wasn't really attractive, but he carried himself pretty well, and I started dating him.
Okay, in what ways did he carry himself pretty well?
I would say because I feel like if you try to like even like pretend like that you still have you're a little bit timid or whatever, like I could sense that. So I feel like if you have confidence all the way, and you carry yourself with confidence, I think that helps.
Okay. So, all right. So we'll deal with that. Okay, let me kind of get back to this, LAR, and I want to know this. You said like dudes who are ugly. Ebony said I'm not ugly because she loved me, but that might be just the only one person, her and my mama. But you said that a dude that knows he's ugly, short, fat, musty, let's say 5'11", 350, you definitely struggling, nigga. What are some of the things like as a man, right? What are some of the things that we have to do if we know we got some kind of physical shortcoming? If we want to get an attractive lady like Moana here, what do we need to be trying to do?
I mean, like, real talk, my dad looks like Faison Love. But if you see him out in the streets, he's witty, he's charismatic, he's funny, and he's confident in himself. He stand on what he say. And women love that about him. He's straightforward, and he'll look you in the eyes and tell you exactly what he's thinking. Compliments and all kind of stuff. And chicks love him, they love his big worm looking ass.
Let me just shout out to Stefan. Any guy with social status and money becomes sexy to women. Just look at most celebrities. Money makes you look way, and being alpha does too. Shout out to my man Stefan out of Texas. Let me ask you, Moana. Okay, because there is a particular female YouTuber that we're doing a response to right now. And it seems like maybe in her younger years, she chased the guys that were like what you would consider to be like a pretty boy, or guys who look young, look really well. Like all the girls were wanting these dudes.
Right.
And then when they were wanting these particular types of dudes, what ended up happening was she found out, like, these guys don't have any money. These guys are like, if you need them to, help pay a bill, they broke, their credit is fucked up. But it's the ugly dudes who have like the best credit. It's the more unattractive dudes that have like the most, stability going for them and stuff like that. I mean, let me ask you, in your case, is this true? And do guys who are better looking, do they have less money? Are they in financial hardships, in your opinion? Are they less willing to give?
I mean, like, I could definitely understand why she would say that. But I honestly, like, I haven't really went through that. If it was either or, like, they could have been like very attractive and had money, but they could have been an asshole or whatever, or or not look so cute and like have fucked up credit or whatever the case may be. But I just think I think it just depends, like, I think that would just be saying, like, I would probably say majority, but I haven't went through it, so.
Okay. So you haven't went through it. Okay. I guess let me ask you this then. And shout out to B Money. I saw the super chat. I'm gonna read that off in a minute. But do you feel like women at some point when they get older, they go away from the more attractive guy because they know the attractive guy has more options, and they want to go more towards the unattractive dude because they know that he's going to put food on the table. They know he's going to be stable. They know he's going to have, more resources. Do you think women are doing that? And if so, why?
I would say, yeah, probably. Just because, like me, like, I'm getting older, like, so it's like I'm just really looking for like consistency and stability. So yeah, of course, like, the things that mattered before when you were younger, it doesn't even matter anymore, So yeah, I might pass a cute guy that, whatever his situation may be, and the guy that's more stable, he might be not so cute. So yeah, I definitely go towards that way.
Okay, so I guess what I want to know is this. What were some of the things when you were younger, because you're getting older, right? What were some of the things you're looking for in a guy when you were younger that you don't look for anymore as you got older?
Looks. Like, I would like looks. Like, he had to be cute. Like, super cute. But now it's more like, yeah, you might be cute, but let me see like what you're about. Like, I don't just shut everybody out,
Okay. Let me do this real quick. And LAR, while I'm doing this, let me y'all get the likes up. My man LAR is in the building. And Moana, I'm gonna listen to Moana has a podcast out, guys. So I'll post a link to the podcast. I'm gonna listen to it on the way to out of the country, wherever the hell I'm going, which should be Budapest tomorrow. Money is sex appeal to women, Earl Jackson. B Money, where Tony Maceo and Big Mike, they should be on this topic. I sent them the link. LAR, let's talk about the things that, you know what I'm saying, the other characteristics, right? We talked about that real quick. Egypt and in the video that I heard, she was saying there, because like for us as men, when we look at a woman, what's sexy is to what we see. Like, if she don't look good, we don't pretty much give a fuck what else she got. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a woman is unattractive to a dude, there's really nothing that she can do. You know what I'm saying? But with women, it's different. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are these women being honest when they say, like, okay, because, when they're younger, it seems like they look at things like we look at things. Oh, nigga, you ugly. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your other qualities, like you're smart, or you saving money for a house or stuff like that. Like those things don't matter. What I want to know is this: are these other characteristics of being sexy, as they say, are these genuine, or are they just saying these things because, okay, now they're like almost 30, or now they're in a position where they need a man and stuff like that? Shout out to Sweet Speaks. And Roscoe, I'll read those in a minute. Or are they looking for, as you would say, like a bailout, in your opinion?
I think it's both. because I think at a certain age, I think men are normally kicked out of the home early, and I think women are pacified a little bit longer. So a lot of the girls I know, their families didn't really cut the cord until they was like late 20s. So all that superficial stuff goes out the door because the dudes are cute when you're young, but as you get older, I think girls think some stuff is sexy, like a refrigerator full of food, a pantry full of snacks, a nice soft bed, a cool couch to sit on, like the stuff that people that you can actually have fun with, because it's gonna cost you to bullshit as an adult, and you can't really do that. And women can't do that after they hit a certain age. They can't be out here being superficial. And some of them look for a bailout because it got real and it got hard. And some of them are looking like, I actually want somebody who I actually could, who's actually a man and who I could care about. Because looks don't make a man. It's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that action about you, eventually you're gonna fall off. And I think after a while, women see the action as attractive. Like, what are you actually producing? What are you actually bringing home? Like, and that's why, guys who can provide become sexier than guys who can provide sex and pictures. So just my opinion.
Okay. Good point. Let me do this. So Roscoe says, brother, it's not stability they want. These chicks are washed by the time they're 35, 40, sometimes younger. They can't pull a top tier guy after a while. And Freelance Ronan, shout out to my man Freelance. He says money is great, but don't end up being the beta bucks while someone else is sitting back enjoying the alpha fucks. Protect yourself, brothers. Don't be a woman's economic stimulus package. Okay, let me ask you this real quick, Moana. So this is what a lot of guys are saying like this. Women are saying, okay, well, like when you're younger, okay, he had to be super cute or super tall. Now as women are getting older, okay, well, there are other qualities. So how do we know that, you will get with a guy that's like, okay, he's not that cute, but the guy that you're really attracted to, you're not going to be like fucking him on the side and shit, like, giving him the dude's money and like that you really like, because you're still attracted to what you like. A good-looking guy is a good-looking guy. So who's to say that, women, not yourself, I mean, I'm just saying like you personally, but that women still are not going to be, like I say, using this guy's money and resources and still fucking the guy that they feel that's physically attractive.
No, I wasn't meaning it like that. I'm saying like before it mattered to me. So like being cute mattered to me, being attractive mattered to me, right? So as you get older, it doesn't even matter anymore, Like, yeah, that guy might be attractive and all, but I'm more attracted to somebody that's more stable and consistent. If that makes sense. Like I could be like, hey, he's cute or whatever, but that doesn't mean like, oh, I want to get with him. I want to see what he's about, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't even, like it doesn't even fall into that category where like, okay, now he has to be attractive, like now it's like whatever, like it doesn't even matter to me, like I'd rather talk to somebody else that's more stable, consistent, even though he might not be so attractive, because that can make him more attractive to me.
Okay. What's your thoughts on this, LAR? I mean, as far as like, the woman has her type. I don't think that type ever changes physically. Like what she likes is what she likes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stop the show. Nigga, don't you ever come in with this nigga who XOXO. Get your sorry ass out my channel. Don't be coming here talking about what the fuck I need to do. Time out. All right. So yeah, put that nigga on ice. All right. Let me ask you this. What do you think about what she said? Do you think it's genuine or what? I mean, in your opinion.
Like, for men, it comes off as disingenuous.
Okay.
It comes off as disingenuous because you like what you like is true. And you see, what guys see is women get burned by the things that they like. And then all of a sudden start to fall in love with character and qualities, but still are attracted to the very things that they got burned by.
Say that again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
I can't say the whole thing again because I'm slow today.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they're still attracted to the very things that they got burned by. So even like the woman was saying, I think most women like stability and they like consistency. But unfortunately, the way women look nowadays, you wishy-washy. So they're inconsistent, looking for consistency. And it's hard. It's like, am I gonna take you to be real? No. I'm gonna take you to probably be you lost. And now you're looking for somebody to keep you afloat. Because it's been a lot of guys who can say that they are no different of a person that they were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But all of a sudden they became sexy because they were stable. They were stable back then too. but the other people, they weren't likable. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, now Moana, you're still pretty and everything like that. Do you have a change? Because in 2014 is when I met you. Is there a difference in 2014, 2018 in your, let's say, what you would look for in a man than it was back then? Because you look the same.
Right. I would say, yeah, just about. Not too many things changed.
Okay.
For what I look for, but it's just little things now, so it's not a drastic change from,
What are the little things? You're saying little things. What are the little things?
Well, with me, it's like, and I think this just comes with experience, like if I'm dating, like before, I really wouldn't pay attention to red flags, like smaller things that I'm supposed to be paying attention to, and I wasn't then. So now it's like when I'm dating now, it's like, it's kind of hard now because now it's like I see all these red flags come up and I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, no. So I think the difference is just within myself, just paying more attention to like what exactly I want and what I don't want.
Let me ask you this. What is it that you don't want?
I don't want, honestly, like mine's really simple. Like if you say you're going to do something, like just stand by your word. Of course, stability, consistency. I really don't ask for much, so that's pretty much it.
Okay. Let me go back to LAR. Okay. You're hearing what she's saying. Stability thing. Okay, obviously, stand by your word. I don't really ask for a lot. Okay, but do you think this has something to do with maybe, and I'm not saying her in general, right? Do you think that women, as they get older, their expectations for whatever reason become less because it's like, all right, nigga, I'm tired. I'll just take whatever I can get at this point.
I think the pool shrinkens. The pool shrinks, and then the end growth with the expectation changing. But I will say this, and this is to help women in a sense. The big difference with women is when they get older, and if you say wiser, or even they get burned or they get overlooked or whatever, it's not the wisdom that's the problem per se. What it is if you meet that stable guy or that guy that fits all of your needs, you still don't know how to treat them right. And that's where the guys look at it as disingenuous, because if these are the things that you are looking for, you don't know how to show the guys appreciation when they do these things. And that creates an issue. Did you just roll that eye on me? I wasn't talking to you personally.
Okay. It's not even the case of like just lowering my expectations. It's really like growing up and learning what actually matters versus what doesn't matter. You know, it's like when you're younger, and I'm pretty sure you guys were like this. Like when you were younger, when you were dating girls, it was a whole different mindset than now. Do you agree or not?
Yes
You
and
guys
no.
don't have the same mind frame on how you look for women or date women or whatever you look for in women versus now.
I
Yeah,
can. Okay, go ahead and answer that. I'll answer that too. Go ahead.
yes and no, because men have a culture of learning how to approach women, learning how to treat women, learning how to take women out or appreciate women or seduce women. That's part of our built-in culture. So that evolves over time.
That's not that. That's you, right? Like you can't speak for all men because not all men are like that. Like
No,
not
that's
all
our
men are.
culture. That's actually male culture.
No, but you're saying like you guys were you it's the culture to take women out or treat them right or whatever. But that's not the case every time. Like it doesn't happen like that all the time.
Do we take women out all the time and do that stuff? No, but we're taught to do it. We're taught to do it at an early age. We kind of taper off of doing it when we get burned, but we're actually groomed to do it.
Okay.
Let me, and shout out to Robert Morris. Never try to please women. Impossible. LOL. This is what I want to say. She's right in the sense of, you know, when we were younger, hell, even 2 or 3 years ago, I can tell you from just being overseas, when you like, I was like, okay, let me come and go back to when I graduated college. When I graduated university with the biology degree, I automatically thought like, okay, my stock was going to go up, and women were going to care about the fact that I graduated and I had this stupid ass degree. Oh, down there, I'm gonna check it in a minute. Absolutely the farthest thing from the truth. I thought that it didn't matter whatever quality of life that the female came from. That me being who I am would automatically raise her to another level. Farthest thing from the truth. What I've noticed from my experience for the most part is people with the same value systems do the best in relationships. Typically people from the middle class are better off paired off with the middle class. It's more to things than just looks as a man, right? Because there are other intangibles. For example, when I was looking at a female, did I care if she was, if her father was in her life? No, didn't matter to me, right? But then when you start dealing with a female with these fucking daddy issues and shit, and singing them Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige type of albums, and she's fucking crazy. Okay, now you like, okay, I need to really stop fucking with chicks that don't know their daddy or hate their daddy. It's actually better to even deal with a woman who was raised by her dad and not her mom. Do you understand? Like little intangible things you start looking for, as she said before, like red flags. You know what I'm saying? So it's little intangibles that I know of now that I look at when I'm really thinking about like, okay, is college necessarily important? It can be or it can't be. But is it more important if she was raised by her mom or her dad? Okay, that's the most important, because if she has a lot of respect for men, then okay, now I really don't give a fuck about the college thing because there's other ways to do stuff. Well, that doesn't matter to me. But see, those things, man, are important. And as a young man, you don't really know that. And I tell any dude, man, you got to, if a girl is raised by her mother only, okay, then was her granddaddy there? Was her uncle there? Or something like that? And she's right to that point, because there are certain things that we don't look for now, but as we're older, okay, now, for example, dating a woman that had a kid. That wasn't a big problem for me when I was 22, 23, 24, 25. It's normal. Is it a big problem for me now? It's a bigger problem for me now. Especially if the kid is there in the house, it's a bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, there's certain things outside of a fat ass. Now you look for the intangibles. Can she cook? Does she like to cook? Because there's a difference between somebody liking to cook and liking to cook. Does she like to stay out all night? Is she a drunk bitch? You know what I'm saying? And I mean to be long-winded, but the worst thing you can get is a drunk bitch. That means you take her somewhere and them motherfucker drinking's throwing up all in your car because some bitches can't hold their liquor. Paulina, you are more than welcome to come onto the show, boo, if you want to. Shout out to my beautiful Paulina MBA Johnson with her fine ass. So it's little things, man, that you got to look for. Has she, because back in the day, if a female tells you, I've been raped before, back in the day, he's like, oh, that's sad, I'll protect you. But now you're like, oh shit. Okay, you're a drunk bitch. You've been molested by your cat. Your Uncle Earl grabbed your booty when you was 10. All of those things, you like, okay, I got to call me back. I ain't fucking with you no more. You know what I'm saying? And so we don't look for those things, but we do now. So she's right in that respect. Am I wrong, Paul? I mean, what do you think? Let's go to LAR real quick and we go back to you, Moana.
I get all that. I do. It's just, how can I say this without being a jerk? It comes off like men don't owe women anything. And I think what winds up happening is there's not a sit down talk about what people are actually going to provide for each other. So when we're looking at the red flags in people, just if you got your stuff more together than the other person, you're going to look at them as doing stuff to drag you down, not actually pick you up. So, what winds up happening as you get older is you look at people as either an asset or a liability. And the more you get, the more you learn people, you put people in that box. You're a liability. All these things say you're a liability. And I don't need no more liabilities. And people don't want to deal with the fact that they may be liabilities and they got to work harder. Did I take it too far left?
You didn't take it too far. Let me just weigh in on it real quick before we go back to because I'm just thinking about some shit. And Paulina, drop your email and I'll read the super chats off here. With respects to liabilities, if you look at what she's saying in this respect, because I think Moana is kind of bringing it home as I'm starting to more talk about it. As we get older as dudes, I mean, think about this real quick. A female could be fine, 19, 21, 22 years old. Super bad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of times as we get older as men, we get tired of dealing with a bitch who is, I mean, I'm not gonna call him a bitch, but yeah, bitch. Okay, if she's not experienced, she play a lot of immature ass games, doing stupid shit like singing in the car when the radio come on. I hate that motherfucking shit. Okay, niggas like me and you, we like in our late 30s. We like, you know what? I'll call you back. Get the fuck out of my car. You know what I'm saying, bitch? Like, if you sing the Future song again, bitch, you get the fuck out. At this point, we like, I'm tired. Look, give me the female that's 30 that can suck some dick a little bit. Yes, she a little bit overweight a little bit, but the titty's still big. She got a few stretch marks, but she got a pretty face. Okay, I'll take her. She can make me some macaroni and cheese and clean my goddamn house. Versus the little 22-year-old chick who fine and got a nice ass body, but she don't know how to cook. She can't clean. She tries to suck your dick. You like, all right, get off my dick because you bite my shit. These are things like as we get older, we like, okay, because it's like, okay, you don't really have nothing you can give me, even if I don't need the female's money, but there are certain intangibles that a woman can have as you get older that, hey, nigga, we like food and we like to be left alone. Like, for example, sometimes a woman can be too clingy to a man. You know what I mean? Like wanting to be all in your stuff and all this shit, where you been and hanging on to you and shit. Sometimes chicks is a little bit older, man. They understand a man needs space. You know what I'm saying? And that's an intangible. So, actually, what she's saying does hold some merit the more I'm talking about it. Well, you want to go ahead and weigh in on Moana?
No, the only thing is just like whenever he said men don't owe women anything, which you know what, I can definitely I can definitely agree and see what you mean by that, because I do have like females around me that when they do date somebody, they're always like, well, he has to do this or he has to do this. But I feel that some women don't understand. It's like, I think it's equal. Like, you kind of both have to prove to each other that, like you want to date each other or whatever the case may be. But I think some women just kind of look at it like, well, I'm gonna go out with this guy, and he has to pay for everything. He has to come pick me up. He has to do this. He has to do that. When it shouldn't even be like that, So I could definitely agree with what you were saying about that.
Go ahead. You go ahead, LARs. On you.
No,
And I sent the link to you, Paulina. So if you have the link, and I'll read out the super testament. But go ahead, weigh in on that, LAR.
I get what all y'all saying. I process it. Just like what she was saying about the old thing. Like I've noticed that it's okay for a man to be chivalrous. It's okay for a man to take the lead. It's okay for a man to make the first step. I think, but what winds up happening is women haven't been taught how to reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
So it creates a problem. And I think guys over time, just like if an ugly guy has to do more, if a short guy has to do more, if if a fat guy has to do more to impress, that means if this guy is the rich guy you're looking for, you have to do more. If he's the stable guy that you're looking for, you have to do more. If he's the funny guy that makes you smile, you have to do more. It's not, I don't see female culture saying what they need to do to keep a man. And I think that's what winds up happening is a lot of these ladies from a young age. It's one thing when you're young and immature. I think it's looked at differently when you're grown and you're incompetent. Mm-hmm. I think that becomes a problem, because if I meet a grown woman who does this stuff you're talking about, she can handle her business. She's in a keeper pile. She's a keeper. But if I meet a grown woman who's incompetent, and I meet a 22-year-old who's just young and stupid, I'm like, well, you got 8 years on her and you at the same place. So I'll just be with the silly girl and get rid of her real fast. So, that's what I'm thinking.
Let me do this. Let me read out to Dr. Deacon Donnell. O'Shea, my collard green sandwich eating nigga, LOL. I gotta bring back the Blog Talk radio show, man, so we could, do it off the YouTube and get it in, because unfortunately we can't get it in like we used to here on the thing. But we gonna really bring that Blog Talk back, man, from the Patreon and go in ham. Shout out to my man Donnell, man. He's been a moderator for a long time, man. Love you, man. Carlos Jean, even though he got an S curl, he won't let me borrow none of this curl, his good hair for my bald spot. Let me just shout out a few other brothers, man. Taboo TV. I talk about topics just like these on my channel. Shout out O'Shea. All right, guys. So look, go subscribe to Taboo TV. Seems like he got a newer channel up with just 16 subscribers, man. But definitely, man, if you got some good stuff, I'll get you on, man. I didn't work from people all the way from 16 subscribers to 400,000. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for supporting. JJ, she wants guys to compete with each other with the most gifts, then hold them to what they said they was going to give. Thank you so much, brother. $5 super chat. Donald Armstead, thank you, brother. 99. Basically, they overdose on so much sex that it just gets boring. So money becomes more important. They don't get wiser. They just get burnt out. Okay. All right. Let me deal with what Donald Armstead is talking about just real quick, and we'll deal with another idea. So here's what I want to know. Moana. Okay. So LAR movement talks about the fact, like, okay, let's say you get a guy, let's say the dude is ugly. It's like 5 years ago, you wouldn't even be called blocking him on your Instagram. He's so ugly. You know what I'm saying? But he got the nice little red bow tie, dressed nice or whatever. So he's okay, not that ugly. But what I'm saying is this: once a woman can get a man who is, he has these other intangibles, not looks, money, let's say good credit, good work ethic. He wakes up every day. He can build things for himself, stuff like that. Then what LAR movement, his position is that a lot of women, they don't even know how to appreciate a guy like this. And I think that's a really good point, especially in our community. I know that you're not Black, but you were raised around Blacks, and so you deal with like Urban Magazine modeling, so you understand the culture. What do women, I mean, in your opinion, like if they get if they got a guy that has these intangibles, do you feel that that a lot of American women, when they meet a guy like this, that they're actually treating him in the way that he should be treated?
Yes and no, because I mean, he's right. Like I've seen it. I've seen it where, a female does have someone good and she doesn't know how to treat him. But I think that goes both ways though. So you could see a female treating a guy every way, all the ways that he was saying, and he could be dogging her. Like, so I think that goes both ways, to be honest.
Okay, but let me ask you this: in the case of dudes with it's called ugly dudes with money becoming sexy to women. Do you think that the dudes who are not attractive with the resources are mistreating the attractive women who probably don't have any resources worse? I mean, if you could stereotype, who do you think is mistreating who more?
I would say, yeah, you're right. I would say the attractive guy.
Okay, the unattractive guy, or
wait. Ask your question again.
Okay, so you have the ugly dudes with money, right? In resources. So we know for a fact if it wasn't for maybe the resources and stuff like that, outside of him having a really kick-ass personality, something like that, most women would not fuck with him if it wasn't because of that. Do you think that the guys who were like unattractive with the money, do you think they take advantage of their position on attractive women?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can speak to this because you're a model, so you know how this works. Okay, what do you mean when you say yes?
I think it's because, I'm saying yes because let's say there's an attractive dude, and I guess it would just boil down because he has options. Like he's not attractive, but he has a lot of money, and he knows that he has options. So yeah, he's gonna treat her like shit because he has options. That's what I think.
Before we go to LAR real quick, let me ask you another thing, because you've been a modeler for a long time. The guys who are like the photographers who own these clubs or to own these particular magazines, stuff like that, are these guys typically like unattractive dudes? Or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in your experience with dealing with these dudes, whether in business, whether how are they typically with dating women or for stuff like that?
I would say, man, it's really bad. Yeah, I've seen it a lot, like especially with like club owners and them not being so attractive. They date so many different types of women, and yeah, I really don't. I really don't even. I could definitely understand where. I know it's like trying to find like where to put it.
Let me mute Sub-Zero real quick. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What I was saying.
Okay. What we'll do is this. We'll let LAR movement come on real quick, and we'll go to Sub-Zero, and then we'll come back to you. Shout out to Moana in the building tonight. Let's go ahead. LAR, you want to weigh in on what she was saying? It seems like the ugliness got so deep, and she just made her just forget about what she was saying. You know what I mean? It just like, God damn, that was an ugly nigga. It just fucked her mind up.
No, I mean, it happens, man. You know, the ugly guys could be players because they got the money, so they can be jerks about it. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest, like sometimes these women in a catch-22, because like whatchamacallit was talking about the sex thing, right?
Okay.
Here's one thing I just gotta be real about. I just ask most women, most of these guys ain't hitting it right. I don't care how even the pretty guys they're attracted to, they get so disappointed that they get all enamored by this pretty guy and he can't hit that shit right. And then, you know, you get burnt out maybe from that. But at the same time, you go to the other side. Oh,
girl, you're gonna make me start tricking on this. Go ahead.
You go to the other side, and then these guys are being assholes to you. You know, it's like a catch-22. But you got to pick your poison after a while, because if you're dealing with people with bad intentions anyways, you're gonna get a bad result. So I think, you know, there are no victims in the game. It's just people playing it.
Okay. Okay, let me do this. Let me go to Sub-Zero, and I'm going to go to Paulina and back to Moana. Sub-Zero, welcome to the show, brother. Go ahead, take yourself off of mute. Let's see if he's on. And I'll put Moana on. Let's see. Is he there? Sub-Zero. Let me just put Moana on mute real quick. Sub-Zero. What's going on, player? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, let's go to Paulina while Sub-Zero. I think he's gonna come back. Welcome to the show, Paulina.
Hey, thank you so much.
I'm back, man.
Sub-Zero, I put you on mute real quick. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paulina. I'm sorry. Sub-Zero, take yourself off mute because you was echoing.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Just got in, man. I ain't really had nothing to say yet. I just want to listen because I dropped off and I don't know what happened, but I dropped I got my old phone, so.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and let Paulina, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
I'm listening. You know, I'm about to be light-skinned and I'm so excited. And you know I'm black, so shit. Glad to have you on here. Paulina came from my boy Simple to P, who was on here yesterday. He turned off the show, like, as you know he would when he comes on any platform. He gonna turn it out. So it's good to have one of his subscribers here. Paulina, what did you want to weigh in on the topic today?
Well, what I thought about is, honestly, I'm 40 years old. Okay, I'm proud to be like, I am 40. And then I think about what my mindset was when I was younger. And I really think it's about maturity. When you're younger, you like, you know, he has to look like this. He has to, you know, drive this. He has to have this education. He has to have all of these things. And then you realize as you mature and you really go through relationships that all of those things that you wanted were superficial. So as you mature, it becomes about a man's integrity. It becomes about a man's character. You know, can I trust his word? Is he honest? And the reason why that becomes an concern, or because you understand that's what matters, right? Because you when you go through life, whether it's health challenges, job changes, you know, you realize what really matters and what makes an individual may not be their looks, but it's really their ambition, their integrity, their character, you know, their word, you know, can they articulate themselves? And so honestly, I think, you know, people may laugh when I say this, but I think that guys who may not be deemed so attractive are winning, because I think that they
shit.
Oh, Shay, you very handsome. Okay,
Ooh,
shut up.
I thought you the niggas we wet it, boy.
And so
they're right, Moana. You ain't got to tell nobody.
A lot of people. No, it's funny because a lot of people make different perceptions of people based off of their appearance. And, you know, and that's more when you're younger, but as you get older, you mature, you went through life, you understand that, you know, looks are just only go so far. And sometimes, and I'm gonna just say this, sometimes you do get issues if you are attractive where people don't want to see your intellect, or they don't want to see beyond that attraction, or they'll put you in the box and say you should behave as this way because you light skin, or you should behave this way because you're dark skin, or you should behave this way because you attractive, or people say, well, you get hit on all the time. And it's like, there's a difference between getting hit on and quality interactions. So I think it's really about intellect. I'm just saying it's about intellect. When we was younger, now we like, okay, if he got missing teeth, baby, we can get that fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to the dentist together. I'm like, yes, love. It's too much technology. When you younger, you like, girl, he got a crooked tooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how superficial you were.
Okay, now you brought some good points. We can definitely open up the can of worms. Shout out to Paulina. You guys, I'm gonna get you guys subscribe to Paulina, right? She has a really good channel. She's just coming out. Author Paulina, hallelujah.
Paulina,
Author
Johnson MBA, Paulina Johnson MBA on YouTube.
That means you can read and write, y'all. Paulina. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk. Hopefully, like I said, you can always come on when you get ready because we definitely want to have you on more. Let's go to Sub-Zero. Now, did you want to weigh in yet, or did you want to? Is he there?
Sub-Zero taking a nap. This weather been something else.
Okay.
Horrible.
Sub-Zero, you there, player? Okay. All right. Well, let me do this. Moana, take yourself. I put you on mute because it was kind of moving around. So on your iPhone, put your thumb like towards the top of the screen, and it should show like a mic on your Google Hangouts, and you can take yourself off of mute. Just press the speaker. There you go. Hallelujah. Prolific writer said, Paulina can get all my food stamps.
Come on, Prolific.
Niggas is ready to start tricking. I told you. Okay, let's see. Is Sub-Zero? Is he back now? Okay, guys,
He's back.
He's back. Okay. Well, let's do this while he's trying to get his stuff together. Moana, let me ask you this: because she mentioned putting somebody in a box, right? Now, here's what I think, and this could be true. A woman can be very attractive, and she might like some things that like an ugly nigga might want to like. I mean, let's say, there's some women that are like into gaming, like I met some really attractive chicks before back in the day that they game and they like Pokemon and stuff like this. Do you feel like as a model that you are forced to be in a box and act a certain way because of what you look like?
Yes and no. If like, for an example, I'll give, I used to date someone that was kind of in the entertainment industry. And so he would always put me in a box, because I guess I had to act a certain way whenever we went out. So he'd be like, I just want you to sit down and just look pretty. Just sit down and look pretty, So he pretty much put me in a box, But as far as like having to like anything that if he liked or didn't like, I can agree with that to disagree, because with me, like, if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But I definitely do agree with the whole putting in the box, because like, they want you to act a certain way or whatever the case may be, and if you don't act this way, then I don't want to date you.
Okay. Let me do this real quick, and I think before we get to Sub-Zero, LAR, could this be the case that the ugly dude with the money and the resources really might not be so ugly? Because Paulina just said I was cute on accident, so I'm feeling like I'm Billy D. Williams. But so here's the scenario: could it be that society says this dude is ugly, but this female may not really feel this dude is ugly, and really she's being put in the box because she really likes certain things that society says that she shouldn't like, whether it be Pokemon, whether it be gaming, whether it be other things, and really the guy just maybe happened to have money because, again, Paulina said because, you know, I'm light-skinned, I get hit on a lot. And Moana told me in one of the interviews we did a long time ago, she gets approached like, what'd you say, like 5 to 6 times a day, something like that?
Whenever I'm out, if I'm out and doing stuff, I know, because, you know, it's so funny that you brought that up, because somebody actually commented on my Instagram saying that I was lying or something, whatever the case may be. But I was meaning more if I'm out and doing events and stuff, then yeah. If I'm at home, of course I'm not going to be hit on.
Okay.
I'm at home.
Okay. So,
like, for example, I just want to say this real quick because I want to say, just tag team what she said. For example, I was at a gas station one day and this man walked up to me and said, "You're the most beautiful woman that I've ever met." And I instantly looked down and saw that he had a ring on his ring finger. So I said, I looked up and I said, "I hope you tell your wife that." And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." "Yeah, but you're just a beautiful woman." I'm like, that was so inappropriate, you know.
The gas stations be like the main spot. I don't know what it is.
They don't want us pumping gas, but then they want us pumping gas. It's
It ain't the gas they trying to pump.
He said facts.
So I guess, so could it be this, LAR? Then let's think about this. Could it be? Shout out to, I just want to read that in a minute. Could it be that in this particular case, and damn, what was I saying, LAR? Okay, this a pretty woman, you know, like Paulina or Moana, they're approached many times a day. Meaning they're probably guys with money, always willing to. It could be more money than this ugly dude that we're talking about, right? Because ugly dudes with money becoming sexy to women. Is it possible that there are better looking dudes with more money than he has that she can go out with? So if she's dealing with this ugly dude that has money, could it be that she's choosing him over some other guys who look even better than him that have even more money than he does?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, looks and money don't equal treating you good.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, most guys really don't know what's attractive to women anyways, because women have a million crushes of dudes, and you be like, "What the fuck you see in that dude?" You know, y'all go from Denzel Washington to Lil Wayne being sexy. We like, I don't get you. I don't fucking get you. So it's different because it's not the same thing of attraction. Like guys, she gotta be pretty and a nice body. With women, you know, all of a sudden The Rock is sexy and he's just as sexy as Rick Ross, and he's just as sexy as fucking Kevin Hart, who is just as sexy as Shabba Ranks.
That did you say Shabba, dog?
You know, so you're like, hey man,
Spectrum.
Oh, the nigga that said Shabba.
Okay.
Shabba.
Okay, let's see. Okay, is Sub-Zero? Are you ready now yet, man, brother? Are you still on?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. Well, now it's okay because here's interesting, right? Because before you weigh in, because Sub-Zero, my man, Mr. Black, and hopefully we could talk about this at some point in the show. Sub-Zero, you guys are trying to come out with some kind of in the future arranged marriages, right? With breeding, because obviously other races of people, like the Jews, you talk about this all the time, they don't breed necessarily for looks, but for intelligence. And I hope we can put that into this discussion at some point. But what's your take on what you've been hearing so far since you've been on?
Okay.
My bad.
I keep leaning closer, like I'm gonna hear. Like,
yeah, I think he's in the bad area. Okay.
Sub-Zero's on you, fam.
Okay. Let's see. Going once, going twice. All right. Let me. Okay. Let's go back to Paulina real quick while Sub-Zero is trying to get together. Let me just read the super chat. Thank you so much, Divine Performance. Oh, Shay, you came a long way, fam. Bringing brothers together on the hell of a platform. Keep it going, bro. I'm from Chicago and live in Miami. Peace to LAR. Stop the show. Thank you so much, brother. B Money said McDonald's turned his Wi-Fi off. Nah, man, the brother got some good Wi-Fi. He's just struggling today. Paulina,
Yes.
let me ask you this, right? So I'm seeing an attractive woman, okay, with a nigga that look like I can't say Flavor Flav because I don't think nobody would in their mind would do that if they was, for whatever reason. But if I see an attractive woman with a dude that's not necessarily so good looking, because here's what I see. I live in Poland. I don't know if you know that. Did you know that?
I do know that. I know that.
So in Poland, it's not unlikely for me to see a very attractive female,
right,
with a dude that looked like Humpty Dumpty fell on a wall or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is automatically no problem. Ukraine is the same way. Even in the United States, you can see white dudes unattractive with the woman that's very attractive, especially in Hispanic community. Good looking Hispanic chick, fat ass Mexican dude. In our community, right? In Moana, she's not black, but she might as well be black because just she grew up in our community. You will never really see an attractive black woman with an ugly nigga. That shit don't happen. I don't know how I did it and how I still do it, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying a little something, but we don't see it in our community. Good looking woman like yourself or whatever. You're not gonna see her with no Buster Douglas looking motherfucker. Assuming that I see good looking woman with a Buster Douglas looking ass nigga. First thing I'm thinking that, oh my God, this nigga's tricking. How much money does he have? Okay. So if I see that shit, is it because that she likes this dude? Because if she looks good, a lot of niggas there's some dudes that got money, man. You got dudes out here driving trucks. You got dudes out here that's, doing a lot of things. So is she with him because he got money and he's supporting her and stuff like that? Or does she have more options and she just chose him for another reason? I mean, like, what? Let's talk about your experience on what you know about good-looking women dating ugly dudes and what you've seen.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you got to implicate yourself or nothing like that.
I hear it loud and clear, and I think part of it is actually true. My experience dealing with, having different associates from all backgrounds, it really depends on the individual first. And what I mean by that is, some women, I'm just going to keep it real. They believe that they want to be with a less attractive man because they feel like, he'll be loyal. I mean, heck, how many blue songs were made back in the day when it was like marry an ugly woman, right? Because they were like, she's going to be loyal. She's not going to give you lip, and some women feel like, if I get with a man who's, just happy to be with a pretty woman, I'll pretty much get everything I want. He won't, hold me to any standard because all I need to do is just sit and look good. And then you have some women that have just been so objectified their entire life. Like, so hearing a compliment, and even Moana, she probably knows what I'm talking about. There's a certain thing of a curse of a pretty woman. And I know some of y'all like, what in the world is she talking about? It is because people make this assumption that you get all of this attention, this positive attention. And that's not necessarily the truth, but it's more of objectifying. Like I can go to a place and I'm like, or a person talks to me and they say, you're so down to earth. And it's like, well, why did you think I was something else? It's like, you're not, So I think some women just feel like, hey, let me get with this dude. He don't look all that because I'm going to get everything I want. He's just so happy. They tell their girlfriends, oh, girl, he's so ugly. But, he give me everything I want. And, I'm going to just be honest. Some of the guys who are not so attractive, they can lay it down in the bedroom. So, that's important. So if they can lay it down in the bedroom, it's like, turn your head the other way. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you like being the other nigga. I'm gonna tell you like this. Can I just be honest?
She'd be like, I'm gonna back it up for you, love. I don't need to look in your eyes, that type of thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then I think like I said, the first one I think is just some women who just want to be with a man that's less attractive because they feel like they have more control of him and they think he'll be more loyal. Okay, but that's the first too, because some of them less attractive men, they getting women everywhere. But anyway, then you have some women who feel like he is sexually, he puts it down. He may not be that attractive, but he puts it down sexually. And then you have some women that say, look, I have been objectified my whole life. This man is really looking to see the total me, all that I bring to the table, not just my beauty, because they understand that we age, we get older, we have babies, our bodies change, it's not about the superficial. It's like, can I have a conversation with him? So that's my experience now, like I said, but it really ultimately depends on the woman. But yes, I'm shocked. I see a lot of women who are not as attractive, but when I start talking to them, I'd be like, I see why you got a man, because they like got a cool spirit. You know what I'm saying? They they just cool to be around. I'd be like, I see why you got a man. I'm just saying. So I don't know. It just depends on the woman.
Okay, so let me. You brought some good point, and because my brother, my daddy used to tell me like, man, when you get in that coochie, man, you better hit it like it's your last time, and that's what you got to do when you're ugly nigga, because you don't know if you're gonna get a second chance. Like they sing that song in church.
Chance, O'Shea.
This may be the last time. I don't know. It may be the last time you hear me singing. It may be the last. See, it may be the last time, nigga. And that's why if I ever got it, nigga.
You sing the Negro spiritual?
That's how I used to be. That's what you got to think about, because you don't know if it's gonna be. I'm gonna tell you a little bit something real quick, just before we go to Sub-Zero. One time, I made a video about this. This is a chick I've been wanting to bone. My dick couldn't get hard.
Wow.
Just took me one time for that. I was 20 years old. And that's when pussy was really coming scarce. Like, oh my God. I wasn't fucking for years. It would be 2003, I guess, pussy. 2006. So once I got in there, it was like a title fight. Oh no, we was going. No. I'm not. There's nothing that's going. You're not gonna knock me out. No, I was doing anything I can, licking kneecaps, because I know I was an ugly nigga. I don't listen. I ain't go so far to say if he even had a funny smell. Can I be real? If it even had a funny smell to it, that means I worked that hard to get. I'm still gonna fuck you. God damn! And my nose is sensitive and it's big. It was going down.
I can't.
But beggars can't be choosers. Now I'm to the point where if it's, I'm getting the fuck up out of there. But not in 2004. I'm just gonna be real. You niggas ain't gonna admit it. See, some of you niggas is gonna act like, nigga, it was stinking. I couldn't even fuck with her. You a lie. You hit it too. I know you hit it, nigga. Don't be sitting up here acting like, oh yeah, it was stinking, dog. You nasty. No. You was. Y'all niggas was doing that shit. I'm just keep it real. I mean, why lie about it?
That's the truth.
Shit, I thank God. I know I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be, because I used to. Shit.
You said God has done a new work in you,
nigga, out the park. I used to, man, before you to see, I used to have my grandma, my great aunt put me on the Seagram's. If anybody know what Seagram's, you know what Seagram's gin is, but yes. Do you know what Seagram's VO is?
No,
my grandma. Seagram's VO. Mm-hmm. That shit. I used to have a girl, her pussy stank so bad.
Ooh.
I used to have to drink Seagram's VO to hit it. It was that bad. And nice girl, she was clean, but it just had a funny smell. And what I would do before I go on and hit that ass, give me a shot of Seagram's VO, and then I will sniff it underneath my nose because it was strong, so it would make me nauseous to what I was about to smell. And it was going down. 5 years. But let me go ahead and let my boy weigh in on this real quick. Yeah, that's another story, but let me go ahead and let my boy Sub-Zero weigh in on it, man. He been waiting to talk. Sub-Zero, you there, man? I put you on mute.
I'm finally here, man. Like I was on my old phone, but I've been listening. And the one thing I wanted to say to me, this is just something I noticed with like successful women that have money and stuff like that. They're only, I ain't gonna say only, but they probably need to date down at least a little bit, not all the way down. Mm-hmm. But if a guy is on your same level, he's going, and if he's a professional athlete, rapper, anything, if he's just a successful guy, he knows it. And we know how to count. We know how to do statistics. Mm-hmm. We know, okay, it ain't that many guys making this kind of money that look like this, that got this going for them. So I'm, a high priority guy. Like even was it Steve Harvey said, out of all his travels, he said the guys that cheat the most are the damn doctors, the guys that make the most money. So he was, to me, we don't tell women that. We try to use this hypergamy and say, I'm a date a millionaire. Well, yeah, but you're going to catch it. Oh, yeah. You probably need to date a guy making about 75. If you're making 110, 120, you need to date a guy that's not per se broke. I'm not saying get a broke guy, but if you try to date on a guy that's on your level, a lot of times, if all things are equal, he's probably going to know it. He's probably going to cheat. And I'm not saying every time, I'm not saying everybody's the same, but a good example would be Melissa Ford. I sat and listened to her. I did a video on that about how women like Melissa Ford to sit around and talk about, I'm going to start exploring my options. I'm going to date white guys. I'm like, you Melissa Ford, rappers, athletes, everybody been talking about you for almost 20 years. And you can't get a man. Like something's wrong. Like either you crazy or you try, and then I went and looked at who she tried to date. She tried to date Cisco back in the day when he was Cisco. She tried to date these guys that were on a high level. I'm like, you ain't finna get like good example, Serena Williams. You tried to date Drake, and then you want to use Drake and Common as a frame of reference for all black men and say black men didn't treat you right. Like, I thought that was bullshit. I'm like, it's tons of brothers that would have been crazy about Serena, but you didn't want them. So she dated down. It just so happens he was white, but economically, he's nowhere near her level, and he crazy about her. But if you want to date Drake or Common or guys that are on a certain status, they're not gonna look at you the same. It's just not. Your money doesn't draw a man. Man don't care about what you got.
Those are great points.
That's a great point. I wanted to add to that. I actually agree with what you're saying about the most successful men are the ones that are most disloyal because they have the options. They have the money to pay when they need to play. They have the opportunities. They travel a lot. I mean, I'm in corporate America and I travel a lot, and I see it's so interesting. When I attend different professional conferences, those men are married all day, but they having so much fun. It's ridiculous. It's just what's expected. It's what's known. Like it's not it's not a taboo thing. It's almost like that's the subculture. Like they got the money to do it. This is what they doing. They
answer me this question. Answer me a question. Every beautiful woman I've ever seen that bitches about not being able to get a man has a line of brothers around the corner that would have gave them his damn right nut if he could. But she shitted on him, chasing rappers, chasing these like even one thing I notice about women that date celebrities, like I live in Atlanta, so you meet a woman, she'll name drop. Yeah, I used to date this guy. Once she date one, they get passed around. Like Miss Jackson, that's with Nelly. Miss Jackson was with Floyd Mayweather. Now you with Nelly. If she break up with Nelly, some other rapper, some other athlete's gonna get with her. It's like, so with those women, they get treated a certain way. They're not gonna get what they want. They just gonna get, all I call it just hard dick. That's all they ever gonna get.
Well, I agree. I think it's they get passed around because that's how they carry themselves. They carry themselves in a very common way, period. You know, they want to be validated by the status of someone else, right? And so that's why they get treated that way. It's kind of like, you know, you're not priceless. You actually worthless because you have a price attached to you. But I think a lot of women who do now, you know, my family's from Tuskegee, Alabama, so I got this whole Southern Midwest. I grew up in Gary.
I went to Tuskegee. I'm from Montgomery.
Oh my God, come on now. My great grandfather was a part of the Tuskegee experiment. But anyway, so I don't want us to get off on a tangent. But anyway, so I have I was raised differently in that, you know, you honor a man, you know, a man should feel an experience when he's with you. When he comes home, the atmosphere should be of peace. It shouldn't be, you know, this wild situation, like, you know what I'm saying? And so because of that, I was also always taught, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. So looking at a man based off of his accolades, his professionalism, you know, you really got to get to know a person. And I see it all the time, like a lot of successful women or associates. I've been married before, I'm divorced. They've never been married, so they're kind of thirsty to get with someone. And I'm always talking to them about, but you so picky. Like, you are yourself not perfect. Like, you yourself know you got all these issues, but you want this man to be perfect. And they don't understand that, you know, they're like, well, I don't feel like raising another man, you know, his mother should have raised him, life should have raised him, you know. And it's like they're not understanding that that's what companionship in life is about. You're getting with someone and you guys are to be a blessing to each other. But no, I totally agree. They have allowed society standard or a standard that just does not exist to really, you know, define who they should be with. And a lot of people chase other people's relationships. What I mean by that is they look at other people and they say, oh, that's relationship goals. You don't know how those people are interacting with each other behind closed doors. And who cares that they can post a picture and they can look a certain way. So no, I agree with you, Sub-Zero. You're right. I agree. I think it's not so much as dating down. I just think people sometimes get too full of themselves. Let's be real.
I honestly believe you should date if a woman is looking for a guy and you of a certain financial status, it almost works against you. You're better off dating a guy who's probably more on your level financially, but not per se. Even if he's better, good. But the chances are, if you date a guy who's, and I have friends I know that are pretty attractive, got businesses, but they date guys that are on that same level, and the guy he knows it. He knows he's making like $500 a year. This dude is out of control. He's always in the airplane going somewhere. He out there, and this dude is in his 50s. But that's just how it is. You know, it's not going to be a situation where he probably ain't gonna ever settle down. You know?
Right. You know, why would he settle down? He has many options. Okay.
Let me just do this real quick. I gotta shout out some super chats, and we come right back to Moana. Let me just do this. Thank you guys for supporting the show so far, brothers. Idris Singleton, shout out to my man. Look at Oprah O'Shea. Money can change the game. Thank you so much. The real Ma Beezy 9.99. Thank you for the super chat, brothers. I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor. Let's like the video. For the brothers that are a little bit new to the platform, typically don't donate. If you have a question, hit the super chat button. You can put as low as 99 cents on there. You know, collard green juice sandwich fun over here is much appreciated over here. My man LAR Movement, his channel's in the link. Paulina, we have hers. Moana doesn't have a YouTube yet. I've been trying to work with her to get one of my man Sub-Zero. I will put all of their stuff in the link so that you guys, and after the show, I'll actually put everybody's name in the title so we can search them and you guys can do that. Prolific writer says, Paulina, marry me. Let's go to Paulina, not Paulina, but Moana. Moana, take yourself off of mute. Okay, this is what I want to ask you. I want to ask you a question, right? I've heard that a lot of attractive women will like a less attractive man because, like, I guess dating the attractive dude, like sometimes be in the mirror more than she is. Ooh. Like, That's why I like being an ugly nigga, because I'm never I don't like looking at myself in the mirror because I already know I'm ugly. So what the fuck am I looking at? You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to do that. I'm just like, look, you stay in the mirror, let's go. So it's like there's a beauty in the beast type of relationship. Let me ask you this real quick, Moana. Was that your booty? I just saw your booty. That was your profile. Was that your booty? Okay, that was a profile picture. That was somebody's booty on the thing. Okay, y'all know I'm Christian. Please do not do that. Let me ask you this real quick. Do you think, have you ever had a relationship before with a pretty boy, a dude that was like all in the mirror, all taking selfies and shit like that? Has it ever happened to you before?
No, I haven't dated a pretty boy that's always doing selfies and stuff like that. No, I actually like low key guys. So, but I mean, like I've been around guys like that, you know, like pretty boys and always taking selfies and so forth, or whatever the case may be.
Let me just shout out to my man Darky Mikta out of the UK, man. A lot of UK brothers supporting the show, man. Love my UK brothers. Keep up the good work, bro. Much love from London. Bruh, send me your email so I can send you guys all the ebooks, right? For those people that want the ebook, all the ebooks we have in Negro Manosphere, How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours. Put your email in the chat. I'll send you the ebook, my comic. Paulina, have you seen my comic yet?
No.
Yeah.
How did you not read my Moana? You read the Dr. Atkins comic, right?
It's dope.
I haven't.
Okay, Paulina, I'm gonna send you my comic.
Please.
It's the greatest thing since long time. So guys,
Okay.
let me ask you this also. Okay. Now about this, I ain't trying to be all in your sexual history because this is a saved and sanctified show. This is nothing but Jesus over here. But in your opinion, do you think that the dudes who are less attractive, are they better in bed? Because, for example, there's a rumor that like girls who are more like not attractive and fat, they give better head, right? That's what they say. I don't know anything about that because again, I'm a virgin. But Moana, has it been in your opinion that guys who are less attractive are better at sex than, let's say, guys who are attractive?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's for every case, but just like Paulina was saying, yeah, like it could definitely go down like that. Like some women would definitely date someone that's unattractive, but hey, like they're amazing in bed. I can take, so I definitely that.
Really, ugly niggas is okay. So ugly niggas is.
I agree. They put in the work. They've learned. Guys that are attractive, they think they're gonna look attractive and put on a nice suit, and that's all they doing. It's like the guy that's not so attractive, he learns, he studies, he learn a woman's body. He trying to please her. He know his body.
You just lazy if you don't know how to do that nowadays. You should know by now.
Woo. It's a struggle. I was like, I called to singleness, but I tell you the truth, it's no. God bless those that are married. Let me just say that.
Let me do this real quick. Let me go to the LAR because I think Paulina and Moana, they brought out some really good points, and Sub-Zero brought out some good points. Okay. Do you think? Let's kind of go back to this idea that a lot of these women, they say that they can't get a man. Or actually, let me do this. Let me let you weigh in on whatever you want to weigh in on real quick because you haven't spoken in a while, and then I'll ask you another question. Go ahead, brother.
Just go with the question, fam.
Okay, here's the question I want to go with. Right. Sub-Zero was talking about the fact that a lot of these women, what they can do is they will say like, oh, I can't get a man, but these are not the guys that they want. These guys are around the corner. As many dudes they will want. Okay. And then we got to go back. I know it's beating a dead horse. 5 or 6 years later, a kid or two by two different niggas. And it's, it's back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Is is this the case? And this is the problem with a lot of black men. You know, this is a black male show. A lot of black men are saying, look, you know, when I was, you know, on the up and up, and you know, I was doing good and doing decent, you didn't want to fuck with me. Now all of a sudden you like 17,000 pounds heavier, 45 kids later. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden I'm sexy. Like I've had that happen before where, you know what I mean? Like when I first came back from my first year at medical school, this was a chick who never found me attractive when I was at, you know, when I worked with her before. And she was like I think like almost a Middle Eastern Arab chick. And when I came back, it was, oh, we ought to hang out and all that stuff. I'm like, bitch, I'm still the same ugly motherfucker I was like, you know, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of black men have a lot of, you know, but have a lot of animosity about that because, you know, we don't have any kids, or, you know, many of us, over 40% of us don't have any kids. And, you know, despite what they're saying about black men, you know, we are, you know, most of us are, you know, gainfully employed or something like that, have, you know, at least something going for us. And, you know, do you think that these women are choosing, like you said, based off of just this circumstance? You talked about a little bit earlier, but could you go into a bit more detail?
When it comes to that, I think when people are shallow and attractive, they don't think they're gonna fall off. And I think what winds up happening is they fall off. Like you could still be fine and be older, but you fell off. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be 30, 40, 50 and fine, but the guys that you think are the ideal guy, he don't want your ass because you the older model. That's what's happening. So if you, and I think this is the problem, like a lot of these women aren't women because they're hiding behind beauty. They're shallow and they're not using their brain. And then when they fall off, then they try to become women. And it's the reverse of when they say, I'm not trying to raise a man. They expect men to raise grown women to be women because they spent too much time just being pretty and not working on self-improvement. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes these guys fuck them over. Mm-hmm. Because these guys know you ain't got nowhere to go because you so fine that you became stupid. You know, I've met too many chicks who are too old to be blinking at you with a pretty face as if that's an answer to a question. You know what I'm saying? That shit gets, you start looking at them like, she done in the game. You know, it's that type of stuff. You know, yeah, she might have kids. It's not that she have kids. A lot of the times it's that she's a shitty mother and you see it. And it's like, she done. She ain't got no choices now. She don't have no options. Mm-hmm. And it's not, sometimes she has a good disposition as she got older, but you can see certain things about her that her disposition is fake. She just learned how to fake it until she get her claws in the dude. So you like, oh, you thought you was slick. Yeah, I seen that shit you just did. I'm gonna keep it to myself, but you done too. You know, and that's one of the things, like, because of being shallow, they don't realize that guys in general, we don't say how smart we are. And we let women live in the idea, oh, we smarter than men. We like, you don't know how many times you fucked up in 5 minutes. So you're going to be the number 1, number 4 chick in the rotation because of this bullshit you just tried to pull. And it comes, like I said, it comes off to us as disingenuous because even if the guy got it together, and I said this a million times, if you meet this ideal man, why these ideal dudes are out here cheating and fucking over these women? Because they ain't doing shit to keep them. There are guys who just straight up dogs, who just straight up just fuck over anybody. Mm-hmm. But there are plenty of guys who've been telling their girlfriend or wife for the longest, could you stop doing it? Could you do something with yourself? Could you please stop fucking up every day? And these girls, I'm pretty, I just could be stupid. Okay. Well, when his ass is in Vegas, he gonna be fucking the shit out of 5 chicks. And all you gonna care about when I'm spending his money, he don't give a shit. Because he know if you leave and you take half his money, you're gonna be broke in 3 years because you don't know how to make no money.
Right.
Congregation is closed.
You making some points, man. Stefan Robinson. Back then, it didn't want me. I'm hot the hell. Thank you for that RA9. My man with the Korean writing, $5. Go ahead, Paulina.
No, I was just saying that I agree with LAR movement. I think that it just really boils down to you really have to work on yourself. A lot of times people reaching for the stars and they not even getting above their head. You know, I've seen it. I always thought, you know, this was my frustration. I said, these women have mastered this damsel in distress, and men come running and clamoring for that. They don't want, the majority don't want women who have, you know, their life has shown what they can do, you know, what they can accomplish. They want, you know, somebody that, you know, she just kind of doesn't really know, you know, and honestly, it's not attractive in your 40s. You know, you can't do the whole damsel in distress in your 40s. Like, you have to have something, you know, together, you know, but that's what people do. And yeah, but I agree. He hit that on the...
I want to add one thing. I guarantee you, if you go back and look at statistics and look at the obesity statistics of the 1950s and 60s of Black women, right? And you cross, you know, you put that over or adjacent to a measure of the single numbers, I guarantee you they run simultaneously. And I think that the fact that like almost 70% of, you know, and this is just, you know, just being real, almost 70% of Black women are out of shape. That correlates with women being single. For example, there was a documentary guy did about brothers going to Brazil, right?
Al Green. He's been on here many times.
One of the sisters in the documentary was about, I'm like, she about 300 pounds, talking about a man. I'm like, you can't work. Like, you can't worry about a man when you about 300. Like, you need to be worried about your weight. That I guarantee you, if body fat for Black women dropped down under 20%, I believe that a lot of shit would change, and that a lot of guys would probably be, because it'll be a lot more beautiful. I've seen a bunch of women that's beautiful, but you look at them like, damn, but she damn 250. I can't. And most brothers ain't finna sit there and try to work with you to get your weight. Not, you know, most brothers ain't finna do that. Because a lot of times, once a woman get back down and start looking sexy, she back like she's 22 years old again. Because she's not used to it, you know. So you gotta go back through that phase again. It's kind of, you know, but I think that's one of the biggest issues. If you look at weight, it directly correlates with that. I think it does. But look, man, my phone dead, man. I'm gonna have to. The other one kept hanging up, so I'm gonna have to. This one about to cut off too, man. So
be back soon, man. We know we can be on here almost. Well, probably not tomorrow, but we'll be back on, man. You know, you're always welcome on the show, bro. Thank you for coming by.
All right.
Let me ask you this real quick, Paulina. And okay, so this is what I want to know. Number one, have you ever had? Because Moana says she didn't. And shout out to the knowledge consumer, passing the offer and play LAR. Keep preaching. Thank you for the $5 super chat. People are looking for LAR's channel. Is right here, LAR Movement. And Paulina, I'll put your channel here in just a second. And shout out to the other brother. But let me just ask you this. Have you ever had a pretty boy in a relationship that you were dating, and what was your experience with with him, if you have?
Absolutely. And he was just in competition, competition for the mirror, competition for, the attire. It just felt like it was just too much competition. And honestly, he's very successful, very successful. But it was just like, it just became a little bit too much. It was just like, give me the mirror. I need to, let me do my makeup. Like, it was just like, we out, he like fixed my bow tie. You fixed me. Am I good? You know what I'm saying? It was just too much. I was just like, and honestly, I just really just weaned myself off of him as far as like contacting him. And he would always say, you just getting so busy, you're single, you don't want to take me seriously. And it was like, honestly, I just don't see this really going anywhere. Like, you know, you nice to have on the arm and we go someplace. Yes, it looks nice. But outside of that, like you irritate me. And honestly, like I said, it's me, the Southern, the Midwest. I'm kind of like, you know, I always say I'm like the girly girl meets the, you know, the hard girl. So I'm used to, you know, pumping gas, you know, changing, fixing stuff around the house. You know, it just got too much. I was just like, you know, I thought he was gonna scream at a spider at one point. Yeah, I was irritated. So no, I can't deal with that pretty boy stuff. I can't. I can't. It was enough. It was enough. And then especially you knocking on 50 door. I'm like, you know, you're not in your 20s, player. You're knocking on 50 door, you know.
Right. Let me ask you this real quick, right? And by the way, if you, as far as having options, if you living in Africa, like if you're making good money in America, you got options. If you live in Africa, you can have it. I can't really say too loud because I got somebody over here right now. But email me at planetoshay@gmail.com if you want that information. Okay, let me ask you this real quick.
I just came back from Ghana, so I totally understand what you're about to say.
How long was you over there for?
For 5 days. 5 days total.
5 days. Okay. I've only been Uganda and in Ethiopia, but I do need to go to Ghana. Let me ask you this: why is it right that, you know, here in Poland, Ukraine, Hungary, places like that in Europe, you can see you know, white women, even Asian cultures, white women, Moises Guzman, hello, he know what I'm talking about. White women, you can see, you know, find them with regular looking white dudes or not so attractive white dudes. It's no problem. You know, even in other certain cultures in America, Latino culture. Why is it that in the black culture, black women, for the most part, you will not find them with basic looking dudes, the good looking ones, you won't find it. You know, why do you think that's the case? Why are black women more picky about looks than other races of women?
I think it's our culture. I think it's how we was raised. I think you know, it's that whole colorism issue, it's that whole good hair, bad hair issue. You know, people are focused on how the children are gonna look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just be honest, like my family was very Southern, and like my grandmother, you know, because I've always been into men with darker tones. And so I remember one time I was so excited, like, Grandma, you know, this is gonna be my boyfriend. And she was like, oh no, he's too dark. And so I think that it just is, it's the culture issue that we have, that sickness, that we are so enamored with looks. I mean, older Black culture, they are very and still enamored with looks. That's, they just focus on that. They want their kids to have a certain texture, hair. Mm-hmm. They want them to have certain features. And so I think I know, because I work around different cultures, we are so focused on beauty, and it's really defined off of like certain areas, the color, the skin tone, the noses, the cheekbones, that like we just stuck. And that's a major issue. Like that's a major issue. And I think people don't like to admit that, because then it makes it seem like, oh, we basically practicing a lot of self-hate, but we are. So I think that's what it really boils down to. I mean, we just stuck on that image.
It's funny you said that. I made a video the other day. I don't know if you heard it, but I talked about my own grandmother told me I was too dark and I needed to get a woman that was light.
Wow.
Lighter.
Yeah.
I used to bring the blackest motherfucker I could find home. Oh, she was so mad.
My girl was like, she had it again. I was like, I just can't. I was like, I like who I like, and that's it. Like, I do.
Let me go to well, I guess LAR, and then we'll go back to Poly. Why do you think that in our culture, our women, you know, like I said, the white women, okay, it seems like when white women are looking for a mate, or they're looking for, okay, I mean, they like looks too, right? But they're looking for, maybe what kind of father this guy going to be. How can he provide it? I mean, I think that there are other questions that white people look at, because even Louis Farrakhan said, like, there are certain things the white folks didn't teach how to do, like how to defend, how to mate, stuff like that. I don't know what he already said, but mating with white people, Indian people, stuff like that, when they mate, they have a certain strategy.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that in our culture that our women are more focused on looks in height than anybody else?
Okay, from my experience, here's the difference. Because we are Black and we have so many differences that we can see, you can't hide the side baby that you had with your husband. With these other cultures, they marry guys. I see this too often, and I realize this over time, that they marry these guys that are good providers. They're the good guys. But when he's at work, they fucking somebody else. And that's what they do differently. They will marry the guy that does all the right things and pays the bills, and he's the nice guy. But when they homemakers, they out fucking somebody else. You might be pushing out a Steve Nash baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's what other women seem to do differently. They actually will say, okay, this guy, he got everything. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. This is what I'm going to mate with. But it's not necessarily true that she's having kids with her husband per se. Because I've seen this all too often. If I get up at 5 a.m, I go work out at like 5, 6 a.m. Do you know how many times I've seen non-Black housewives, even on my days off, between 5 and 12, doing some bullshit with somebody I know that ain't their husband? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Say it again.
Yeah, like from 5 to 12. Oh, I took the baby out. We're going on a stroll. We did it. You remember Braveheart?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
You remember she was married to the prince, but she was pregnant by Mel Gibson. Oh man, there's a lot of more Povich white kids out here who daddies don't know. No, I remember I was looking at the paper at work, and this guy was in the military. He was gone for 2 years. 2 years, had a 9-month-old. He just holding in the picture. Can you explain that?
Can't explain it.
I've seen this shit way too. I've been in. I don't want to. I mean, these white women, even as Asian women, and even as Hispanic women, I see them do this a lot. Like to the point, but they don't get caught because these babies just mix in. Sisters are more honest, but it's stupid. Because your ideals and your wanting good looks is gonna leave your ass broke. But I've literally been in the neighborhoods where the husband and the side dude got in a shootout in the front yard, and both of the dudes got killed in front of the kids and the girl.
Wow.
So, that's just my opinion on that shit.
Wow.
Let me do this real quick. For those people, I want to give a shout out here on the super chat. I'm not going to be on too long because it's 4 o'clock in the morning here in Poland. Man with a Buick. From my perspective, most married Black women I see were overweight before and after married. Black men overall don't care about weight. That's a good point. Because let's talk about that. Let me write this down about weight real quick. In Real Talk Live Studio, hey, O'Shea at Sub-Zero Coffee. I'm finally on YouTube. I'll be doing my first show tonight. I would like to know if you would like to be my guest on my show soon. Yes, I will do that. Can I give my link to you on my channel to pass to your people? Yes. So let's do this. He has 21 subscribers. Y'all do me a favor. For some people that want to check him out, man, he's been on Facebook for a minute. Guys, click on this link that I'm posting below. That's Sub-Zero Coffee's link, guys. So I'm posting that link. Go subscribe to his channel. He talks about a lot of interesting topics in the Black community. So for those of you who are in the chat, do me a favor and hit the bell, my brother. Subscribe to him. Click the link. Let me know if you've done that by pressing 1. And shout out to my boy VJ48 with the Canadian super chat at $2. Thank you so much. And guys, just click on the link. That's Sub-Zero Coffee. He'll have a show tonight, so that'll be good for you guys to check out that live stream. Let me ask Paulina, not Paulina, but let me ask Moana. Okay, Moana, I know that you are not Black per se, as we know, but here's what you told me before, right? You've had certain issues with getting certain modeling gigs because, and you know, I'm about to turn the Negro manosphere into an urban model zone, so because you know I'm thirsty. But I gotta see the ass. I gotta see the ass, not yours, because I'm saved. But you told me that a lot of Black men, like, you know, when magazines are actually turning you down because you were too small.
Right.
Talk to me about that real quick, because I want to ask you a question about Black men and weight. So tell me about your experience with trying to get with these urban model magazines and you having a hard time getting published in certain aspects.
I think for the majority of the different magazines that that I try to get published on, I wasn't thick enough. And then for the other side, you know, like I tried Caucasians and stuff like that, and I wasn't skinny enough. So I think that was like probably like a huge thing for me, you know, because then at some point I'm just like, okay, so where am I just gonna fit in at? You know, like I'm not super skinny, I'm not super thick. So yeah, that was a huge problem that I had.
Okay. So with that being said, do you feel that Black men prefer, okay, do you think that Black men really, do they prefer overweight women? I mean, what do you think from the outside looking in? What kind of women do Black men prefer?
From my point of view, curvy.
Curvy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the curvy thing, because Sub-Zero made the point that if some African American women lost, you know, some weight, then there would be more Black men getting married. I don't know if I necessarily agree. Well, okay, because when it comes to curvy, is there a certain size on curvy in your opinion?
No, not really. I mean, because you know, like there are some women that are a little bit heavier, but they know how to their body carries the weight really well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like I just really think it depends on the female, you know, because I could be like I weigh like 160, and somebody else could weigh 160, same height and everything, but she could be thicker. You know what I mean? So I guess it just depends on how she carries it.
Okay. Shout out to John T. He says, keep passing the collection plates. Great chat. Thank you, brother, so much, man. Thanks for everybody watching so far. Guys that dropped your email, I sent you the ebooks. If you want the free ebooks, guys, we have 3 of them: How to Stop Simping, Survivalism, my free comic. If you haven't got that, all you gotta do is just drop your email. I'll send that to you right now. It doesn't cost anything, right? All you gotta do is just read it and let me know how you feel about it. Especially my comic, it's off the chain. I have the best Black ghetto comic in the world. I can guarantee you that. My comic ain't nothing like it. It's 48 pages. My Dr. Action, I put that shit up against Boondocks. It'll beat it every fucking time. So drop your email. I'll get all that to you. This is what I want to say, because she brings out a good point, Paulina. She says that Black, you know, that Black men don't really care about weight, because as long as it's proportion in certain aspects. Now, do you think what the man was saying, like if Black women lost like more weight, then it would be more black men trying to talk to them. I mean, I guess I could see that, but what do you think?
I think first off, my whole life men have loved voluptuous, curvy woman, period. They just black men love that, right? And as you see, a lot of people are getting a lot of manufactured in the dairy air just so that they can attract that. But I think what Sub-Zero brought up a good point is that as black women, exercise was not a daily regimen. Me, I was always a cheerleader my whole life. So I would always, I was used to an exercise routine. As I started getting older, I was used to an exercise routine. But when I started falling off, I noticed myself picking up weight because I'm not used, I'm not staying on that exercise. But I think as black women, our diets have always been different, right? You have some black people, they don't even eat vegetables as much, right? They don't, they so used to the carbs, they used to so many different things. And honestly, it's a major issue. When I was lived in a predominantly white area growing up, the food that they serve us for lunch was totally different. Like for lunch, we had salad bars in junior high, right? You can choose a salad bar. They always had a cooked meal, and when I was going to schools in like the hood or the predominantly black area, we never had a salad bar. We always had like some greasy food. We had French fries every single day, a pizza, and you may have the cooked meal. Like it's a major issue because our diets were not the same, and that's why we have a lot of high cholesterol, high blood pressure. It's a lot of health effects that we have, and I think Sub-Zero, he was talking about the weight, but a lot of that is just a symptom of what's really going on, and a lot of it is stress. Stress is a lot of reason why people can't maintain proper weight, lack of exercise, and a diet. We just sometimes we don't understand that we just got to lay off the Kool-Aid. Sometimes we just got to drink more water. We have to drink a gallon of water a day. We got to lay off the sodas. I know some people, they say they don't drink water because it tastes nasty. They don't like certain vegetables. And I say so many fruits and vegetables you can taste, and you can just eat what you like. A lot of people, they don't believe in restricting themselves a while from red meat. They don't believe in restricting themselves from pork. Like it's a Sub-Zero pointed out something that's a symptom. So that's why black women, we do sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, we get lazy and really maintaining our diet, exercise, and our body, because we like, I mean, they like our booties, you know what I'm saying? They like the little, the softness, you know what I'm saying? Love to be under us. And so I think sometimes we take that for granted and just really just get out of control. Let me just say that. So no, I actually agree with him. I was like, okay, what are you trying to say? I'm gonna be walking tomorrow.
I guess what I want to know is this, because do you think, like, okay, for the successful guys that are making a lot of money as black men, are they looking for the black women that are more fit, toned, the guys who are like $100,000 a year and up? Are
So what I say all the time, because I get this question from women all the time. They think, how can I attract a man in a certain income bracket? And I always say this: a man is a man is a man is a man, period. Right? Men are very visual, period. That's just who they are. They are very visual. They need to see something beautiful. And really, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There are men who have straight fetishes on, big butts, pretty feet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what matters to them, right? And then you will have some men who are very attracted to, very thin waif type women, right? So really, it's not really categorized based off of their income level. Some people want the image, right? And that image is not necessarily physical only. She has to have the education. She has to have the career. She has to be able to walk into a room and conduct herself in such a way that it doesn't shame him. She has to be able to keep her mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for her to shut up, right? Where she don't have to be the star, right? She can allow him to, pass it to him, and it's like, okay, babe, you on. And I think when you, as you progress through life and you go into different arenas, you see, you know, what they have on media is not really the real. The real is, it really depends on that individual man, his fetishes and tastes, number one, and really what he's trying to see. Some men have already had that first marriage. They already have their children. They don't want more children, right? So they're looking for a more mature woman that maybe she's not, you know, skinny, bone skinny. She may have a little bit of meat, but she has a certain caliber that she's going to bring him into a certain arena, you know. So it really is, I think as the income level increases, they look for different things, and it's not just a superficial beauty. However, I have to always say this, because I believe a woman should always, you know, endeavor to make herself attractive. I don't care whatever size she is, you know, you should be able to make yourself attractive. And really, because men are very visual, that's why, you know, a man could be walking down the street and you could be fine as ever, and he see another woman that is very pretty and he go, you know, try to catch himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he's very visual. And it's like, women have to accept that. You don't accept it, then you won't ever be happy, because you'll never understand. You need to attract the man's basic, you know, instinct.
No, it's absolutely
LAR
true.
movement. LAR movement. You got to unmute him because he was shaking his head.
Let me shout out to Robert Nolan, and guys who sent me the emails. I did send everything to you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Robert Nolan. I got your music, by the way, so thank you so much for everything like that. And then let's see it. The Yeti. Tell her I said preach. He said preach. Okay, go to LAR. LAR, go ahead and talk. I'm gonna go ahead and use the restroom.
You got it. I wasn't shaking my head. I'm listening to James Brown right now. But
I thought you were saying I agree. I don't agree. Okay.
No, it's the big paybacks plan.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I think we as men, we as black men, we like curvy women. We like shapes. But I think the issue sometimes becomes some of our women mistake thick and fat. You know, and you could be big and thick, but you can be big and fat. And it goes for everything smaller, like in between. And what it is because I want women to understand, because I'm not going to be negative, but I'm going to be negative.
Right.
There are guys who will date women who are fat and think they're thick because they know they ain't got to take them nowhere because they're insecure. You know, and they'll tell you everything in the world to make you feel good because they know they don't have to take you out in public because you already beat yourself up. And as long as you're getting a man who's in your company, she might be willing to deal with more than he's willing to of what he's willing to dish out, because she don't expect another man to come along. And when guys try to tell women to get themselves in shape, in some ways, we're also telling y'all, if you get yourself in better shape, you'll see if this guy really there for you. But that's one of the issues. Like, you know, most black men like big asses. I love a nice butt.
I really feel LR movement.
But if you got a nice butt, but when I'm hitting it, you got shoulders like Ray Lewis, it's a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a turnoff. It's like, no, this is not. You're supposed to have a big butt, but you're not like, no. I shouldn't be hitting it and you thinking you in a 3-point stance and you're a D tackle. That's not what we doing. You know, but some guys will say, oh, you know, I like big chicks. And, you know, some dudes do like big chicks. But I'm just saying, some dudes prey on big chicks because people forget that old statement. You gotta pay like you weigh. Big chicks will kick out. All the in shape women, they don't cook as much as big chicks. They don't do, you know, they won't buy gifts for Christmas times. You get a big chick, she'll buy you shit for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so you gotta watch it, you know. So, because if you got your shit together, because most women who are thick know this for sure. They man ain't gonna want them to go out. If you too fine, he not gonna want to go. Nah, baby, we ain't got it. Nah, we gonna go to the midnight show in Tuscaloosa by the Klan, because I know ain't no niggas gonna be there. And you know, like Patrice O'Neal used to say, if your man to send you out for a loaf of bread at 3 a.m. to Walmart, that's because he don't give he like don't nobody want your ass. You know, so do we like curvy women? Yeah, but make sure he not playing you because you too big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. You need to make sure he not playing, because there's girls that I know who are thick, and they man bought every box of Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes, cheesecake, cookies, and then don't nobody want your big ass. You used to be fine. He got off the market quick.
Mm-hmm.
And now she broke up with him in the gym, looking at everybody in shape like, I used to be like that. So I'm gonna stop being an asshole. I'm done.
We're gonna go ahead, man. It's 4:20 in the morning, man. So here in Poland. So let me let Polymodel Moana Olie weigh in on what she wanted to weigh in. And I'm gonna shut this motherfucker down, man, because I'm tired of niggas tonight. Not y'all, but I'm just saying the other.
It's early.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on a vacation, but because my vacation's been delayed a little bit, I've been doing the streams. But all right, let's go ahead and Moana, go ahead and weigh in on what you're gonna weigh in on just before we get up out of here, and then we'll let everybody know, because you have a podcast, right? And let's tell everybody. I mean, just weigh in on what you want to say, and then we'll tell everybody about your podcast and stuff like that.
Well, I definitely agree with what he was saying. You know, like the whole being overweight, and there's so many things that go into that. But sorry, guys, I gotta go somewhere. That's why I'm trying to cut it short. But it was nice meeting you guys, and yeah, the link is on the podcast. It's called Rules of Engagement. It's my first show, so don't judge. I'm still trying to edit and get the whole show thing down. So and it's about there's the guy that's on there with me. He wrote a book, and it's called Rules of Engagement: 10 Ways How to Keep a Fuck Buddy. And so we go over 3 rules on. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. And we have like, I mean, right now, Paul, I don't know if you know, but we have like 220 people watching right now live. So
I see it on my laptop.
oh, you see it on your laptop. Okay, so guys, again, shout out to Polly. We're gonna help her with some stuff. Like one of my friends, she's been rocking with me. She gave me an opportunity to choose my first model I ever had on my other magazine. So thanks, Moana. I'm definitely gonna listen at this. I'm gonna put this in the description link. And thanks for coming on and spending so much time with us tonight.
Thank you. And I subscribe to you guys down there. So yeah, I'll definitely check you guys' work out as well.
All right, cool. All right, PaulinaJohnson, MBA.
Thank you, Olie. Thank you.
Where can they find? I mean, because I know we got some people in here already that subscribe to you. Let me do this real quick. Who has not subscribed to PaulinaJohnson? Let me do this real quick, because I see she has 332 subscribers, and that is not enough.
That's not enough. Please subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, if you come on here a few times, you ain't gonna have no problems. Because
so
yeah, this is where this is like the Mecca of Negro Tube. You know what I mean?
Hey, I know Alan Roger Curry for real too.
Yeah, I know. He told me y'all from the same place in Gary, right?
Yeah, I know him for real in real life.
Shout out to Mr. Limba channel, one of my favorite YouTube channels, man. I didn't even know he was still listening, man. I've been trying to get him on for a minute. He's like, "Yeah, brother, we gonna work one day." I was like, "Man, yeah, one day I'm gonna come on. I just not right now, but one day, brother, So he gonna shout out to Mr. Limba, and shout out to Black Man Talk. The Black Man to settle for what pickets he can afford. of a certain woman in his area, but when he gets out and changes his mindset, he gets taste of women of the exotic than the normal black woman. Absolutely. Shout out to Black Man Talk. He was here yesterday. Let me just real quick. So those people want to subscribe to Paulina. That's her channel below. Do me a favor. Everybody converge on the channel right now.
Yes.
And hit the link and subscribe. So do me a favor. For those, we have 184 people watching right now. Do me a favor. Let everybody go to there and subscribe.
I'll subscribe.
And guys, Mr. Limba channel is really good, man. He has a really good lot of content. So
I'm seeing the notifications. Thank you. They're coming through.
Y'all not subscribing quick enough. Oh, they are. Shit.
They are.
Okay. So guys, so that was 10. So let's, I hopefully, we can get it to 400 guys. So do me a favor. Shout out to H. Millette there. I see a lot of my brother Sinful to P. I see a lot of people here.
Hey, Helena. Hey.
Yeah, I see Tony, Tony Davis.
Come on, Tony Davis. All right.
Yeah. You guys know because
hey.
Yeah, Sin and me and Sin do a lot of work, man. We talk almost every day. First thing I ask him, did you go to the Hall of Fame on these niggas today? If he says no, I instantly hang up on his ass. So okay, so you already subscribed. Okay, Paulina, let him know what else you have. What can we expect from your YouTube channel?
Okay, so on my YouTube channel, only love, encouragement, and inspiration. You can find me on all social media at Achieve Against All Odds. That is my first book. I Am You Achieving Against All Odds. I will be releasing my second book soon. When Success Calls, Achieve Against All Odds. You can find me on Instagram at PaulinaJohnson MBA or Achieve Against All Odds. Facebook, same thing. Yes, please. Thank you. And thank you for this opportunity tonight, O'Shea.
You can come on whenever you get a chance. And, so you just let me know. You can come on whenever you get a chance, because I know that you're going to be really good over here on, especially, I call this Negro tube on this part. Because, we have.
That live y'all did last night with all those men, I was on it. I was loving it. I was like, this is a winner. I need to see more of this. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, simple.
Everybody was going in. I was like,
yeah, everybody was going in.
That's what I love to see.
Yeah, it's good. And let me send you my comic, Paulina. Now,
Please send me the comic. Yes,
you got to see the comic because the comic and my comic, I told you, is gonna get somebody.
What is the LAR movement laughing so hard?
It's off the chain, man. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, I'm actually in season 2 of the comic and season the third one. So I've written 2. I've actually wrote 3 of them. So I'm just waiting on the guy to draw it. But for those on my Patreon, you guys know. So let me know what you think of it. It's hella funny. It is ghetto. So don't judge me. It is a lot of cursing, a lot of bullshit on there.
But you said you're a Christian. Christians don't curse.
Backsliding. Okay. Backsliding. So let me do this real quick. And
we like Thaddeus to get up in that pulpit and tell you the truth.
That's my pastor. I don't mean, I hate to say it, but that is my pastor. God bless him. He needs to be given. He needs to pastor every church. Okay.
I'm telling you.
He is that nigga is crazy. When he had the gay girl on the thing that one day, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna knock your motherfucking ass out, bitch. If you don't get your ass up out of here. Did you see that one?
He couldn't take it. He going in today. He is going in.
He on right now.
Is he on? Okay.
Yeah, he on.
He exposed the pastor who was having sex in the church in his office. And so he going in. It's hilarious. The people at the church, they all mad. They posting all on social media. It's hilarious.
Jonathan, all of the stuff is in there, man. I forwarded. The comic is there, bro. How you gonna tell me I didn't send it? Look for the Dr. Action. There's a link underneath that. That's the comic. It says the comic is called Dr. Action. So for those people that wanted to know about the comic, it's in there. The name of the comic is called Dr. Action. Just click the link. All right. So shout out to everybody.
Thank you again, O'Shea.
No problem. Hopefully you come back on and LAR, man. Let everybody. Let me ask you this: Who didn't get this? Who didn't get LAR movement? Because most of y'all know the nigga. So press 1 if you need to subscribe. Because some people ask, like, who is LAR?
Yes, please put his information down.
Okay. So LAR movement. I will put it right there in the chat, and I'm actually going to link. So guys, yeah, he's a really good content creator. I'm gonna steal all of his shit tonight. Before I go to bed. And say I made this shit up. But let them know where they can find you at LAR.
This LAR movement on YouTube. You're gonna see me with a hat and a big forehead. That's it.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait on. Am I actually? Hold on 1 second. So guys, go in the chat right there. It's fuck. I'm copying and pasting the wrong shit.
Yeah, you got me looking at Pastor Thaddeus stuff about to turn up right quick.
Yeah. He be doing his thing, dog.
Move. Thaddeus gonna come with the real deal.
So that's the LAR movement channel right there, guys.
Okay.
And then so just subscribe to guys, subscribe, hit the bell, subscribe, hit the bell, subscribe, hit the bell. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Remember, the Negro Manosphere Awards are still going on right now. You guys can go to the Negro Manosphere, click the I'll put it in the description. The award poll is going right now. We have like three more days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the polls close. And again, I may be on tomorrow, may not be, probably not, but Saturday. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you, everybody. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Anything else anybody want to say?
Thank you for having me as usual. I'm good.
All right. Get my ugly ass out of here. Peace.